An intense band of snow has moved through the northeast and mid-Atlantic this morning, bringing hazardous snow squalls along the cold front and right behind it as it moves through. And we'll break down this and the potential for a warm-up in the East Coast and the rainfall out west next. So good morning, Tim Ealer, and welcome to my channel here. Like I said, we got some snow squall warnings up here moving through the northeast and mid-Atlantic this morning. See the warnings here along the East Coast, other snow-related warnings, and heavy rain along the West Coast here. I appreciate you watching my video. Like my video if you like it, subscribe and share with your friends, and let's get started. So the current hazards, we have this snow squall warning here, like I said, and you have some other wind advisories here in the Virginia mountains, South Carolina, freeze warning into parts of Georgia and Florida, and frost advisory all the way down almost to southern Florida here. And if we go even further south here, I wonder what this is. Some kind of radar return there. And we have more northern stream energy coming into parts of Minnesota and North Dakota this morning, as well as some other winter storm warning here into parts of West Virginia, Pennsylvania, and along the lee side of the lakes, and winter weather advisories, lake effect snow warnings, winter weather advisories. The aerodynamic system moving through right now the northeast and mid-Atlantic this morning. Let's see. Middle of the country here, special weather statement, Nebraska, dense fog advisory, dense fog. Other dense fog advisories, South Dakota, North Dakota, Montana, Colorado mountains, winter weather advisories out west here. Also another wind gap event down here into Texas and New Mexico. And of course on the west coast you have these marine warnings, gale warnings, small craft advisory, things like that, and the flood advisories, wind advisories along the coast with heavy rain all up the California coast here into Nevada, some snow in Utah, Salt Lake City getting in on it, parts of New Mexico getting some rain and maybe higher elevation snow. You can see the elevation snow is, you got to go real high up in elevation to get snow here in the mountains right now. So we could have some snow melt, which could cause some problems here. You see heavy rain all the way up the west coast today, and we have some more winter weather advisories, freezing fog, air stagnation, just all kind of stuff going on here out west. As far as current temps, looks like for most of the nation, interestingly enough, in parts of South Dakota in the 40s and 50s here into parts of Wyoming. Even the southern Florida's only, Miami's 52 this morning, which is chilly for there, okay? And so quite cold, especially up here around the Great Lakes. I know this is hard to see, so I'll switch out the map. That's better. It's definitely not 93 in here in Missouri, okay? So single digits further to the north here. So even pretty chilly down here in Texas right now this morning, although not below freezing. So overall, pretty chilly start for the day for most of the nation, exception of far southern Florida, and right along the coast here with the moisture, the west coast with the moisture and clouds, preventing temperatures from changing very much. So when we look at the mid-level water vapor, we can really see the impactful stuff going on today, right? And what's driving the sensible weather here. As I bring this pen up, we got a potent closed mid-level low moving on shore this morning. You see the moisture coming on shore here, and deep moisture coming in this way as well, up and around, which is bringing precip all in this area. The fluence aloft, moisture just up and around, right? And we on the East Coast, you can see what's going on here as well. This trough is really digging and becoming negatively tilted here as it moves offshore. A lot of forcing right here along the East Coast, which is leading to that burst of heavy snow there. Northwest flow flowing into the rest of the country this way, and dry air at the mid-levels, especially along the coast here, the southern along the Gulf Coast, right? This will likely change in the coming days with a return to a southerly flow and maybe some more precip for the south. So for the local area, Atlanta, Georgia, and Georgia in general, next 4 days, temperatures will gradually increase each day throughout the end of the week, and rain chances and thunderstorms, which we talked about on Saturday, are possible here. Friday afternoon through Saturday afternoon, right? So generally today, high in the 50s to 60s. Tomorrow, highs 50, in the mid 50s to upper 60s, and lows in the low 30s to low 40s. Saturday, showers and storms possible. Highs 53 to 71, the lows 43 to 53. And Sunday, clearing, high 51 to 61, cooling off some a little bit here, and lows 37 to 45. Now, high temperatures, like we said today, generally to the north, 50s, low 60s in the south, clear skies. Tonight, warmer in the metro areas here, but generally in the 30s to low 40s and low 30s up to the north. Partly cloudy for most of the state. And tomorrow, approaching 70 further to the south, but you can see rain chances are increasing as we go through the day tomorrow. So this is the 15-day temperature outlook. This is an older run from yesterday. The newest run isn't in yet. So you can see generally warming up, and above normal temps now expected for quite a while here through almost to the middle part of January, maybe cooling off here towards the end of the period, but generally reaching the 70s, way above normal here. And most members in these models agree with this. You see cooling off a little bit, starting on Sunday to near normal for lows, but even above normal still for highs here, with this cold front, a little cold front moving through here Saturday sometime. So kind of a roller coaster, but we expect that this time of year. So take advantage of the warm weather, get some stuff done outside. As far as excessive rainfall goes, this is where, we know where we're going to have the most rainfall on the West Coast, especially in Los Angeles, greater Los Angeles area, the transverse ranges here. They haven't upgraded the flood risk today to anything other than slight and marginal, and nothing's changed really here. But one thing I'll note, the snow levels are going to be really high, so may have some snow melt in the higher elevations today. Northern California is better suited to handle excessive rainfall, so not as high of a threat there for flooding. All right, for today. Tomorrow, that threat stays from roughly north of Los Angeles all the way up to the southern Oregon coast with a marginal risk and some of the mountainous terrain as well. With that upper low spinning offshore for day 3, we maintain that excessive rainfall threat. Let's see, on Saturday, right? Right. And then we go further out here. That threat returns back to Los Angeles, greater Los Angeles area, Santa Clara, all along the west coast of California, and into the southern Oregon coast again. This is Sunday. And the threat moves it just into the mountainous terrain here of California for Monday. So severe weather is possible here in the Los Angeles area right along the coast, and mostly driven by a small tornado risk and wind risk today, mild hail risk. And tomorrow we have a chance for thunderstorms here in the south, in parts of the southeast, into Georgia possibly, into parts of North Texas, Colorado, New Mexico, and on the northern California or southern Oregon coast. And we have a threat for severe weather for day 3 here, which is, I keep getting my days mixed up because today's New Year's Day, and anyway, day 3, today's day 1, 2, Saturday. So, And although there's some uncertainty about the threats here, all threats may be in play, and we may have better clarity. We will have better clarity on this with the day 2 outlook tomorrow. So let's keep an eye on this. But this is new, so it's definitely affecting my area. So I'll keep you all informed. And also, we have marginal risk, low risk of severe weather along the California coast again, more focused on Northern California, a little bit inland here, Lakeport, Marshville, Sacramento, Chico. The higher terrain here, maybe some more graphically enhanced wind threat, tornado possibly, all up the Oregon coast with thunderstorms possible here. And that's probably likely to the upper low, probably finally coming on shore here. As far as the day 3 to 7 U.S. hazards goes, from the 3rd to the 7th of 2026, and by the way, Happy New Year. Heavy snow possible here, the 3rd through the 5th, in the Cascade, Sierra Nevada range, excuse me. Heavy rain, the 3rd through the 4th here in California. We've kind of talked about that already, as well as up here in Northern California, the 3rd through the 6th. Alaska looks to have hazardous cold possible here in the central Alaska to the western shores here. High winds, significant waves in the Aleutian Islands. High winds, heavy snow. The 4th through the 6th and the 5th here in this part of Alaska. As far as heavy precip, this is the 8 to 14 day hazard outlook. Excuse me. Only showing a slight risk of heavy precip in the lower Mississippi Valley to the Ohio Valley here, 8th through the 12th. Slight risk of heavy snow in the upper Midwest into the northern high plains, maybe into parts of the north central U.S. here, the 9th through the 12th. With the increased southern stream flow here, looking like the 8th through the 10th, we might have some high winds here in the generally like circling the four states here. So interesting kind of bullseye right there. All right. No hazardous temperatures expected during the 8th through the 14th period of January. And this has changed a lot since yesterday. Day 6 to 10 day temperature outlook is really pushing a warm agenda here up into the northeast. Sorry, snow fans, not looking too promising, at least in the 6 to 10 and 18 to 14 day outlook for snow in the northeast quarter here. Normal out west, above normal Hawaii, and near normal, above normal, and below normal in different parts of Alaska here. All right. And with the southern stream becoming more active, you see the way the flow is going here, right? Generally this way. Kind of a different flow pattern than what we've seen. So more moisture, right? And above normal precip chances as well in Alaska and Hawaii here. 8 to 14 day temperature outlook. Looks like high pressure gets pushed further to the east here. So the biggest chances, the most likely area to have above normal temps is right along the southeast coast. Looks like Alaska is starting to warm up, right? So that may signal a pattern change here because Alaska's been below normal or near normal for quite a while temperatures. So Hawaii is still above normal here. And when we talk about pattern change, you see 8 to 14 day precip outlook. Mostly, most of the nation is expected to get maybe above normal chances of precip with the highest probabilities here in the Mississippi Valley into the central U.S. and desert Southwest, the Four Corners region here, if that's what you want to call it. Change out west here below normal precip chances, looking like it, and near normal for the rest of the I guess, gray areas here near in Florida, right, and out west here, and Alaska above normal, Hawaii above normal as well. And this is the week 3 to 4 temperature outlook. Like we've talked about, this was issued on the 26th, will be issued again on the 3rd. Looks like they're calling for a transition of northwesterly flow, but this may change with the current pattern. We'll just have to see here what happens with this. But as far as precip goes, above normal chances week 3 to 4 here. The northern tier of the U.S., central, southern, deep south, equal chances, northeast, the mid-Atlantic, exception of the far northeast portion of the northeast corridor here, above normal to near equal chances to below in the south and below along the west coast here and into the desert southwest areas, right? Hawaii above normal, and Alaska equal chances to above here for precip. As far as the monthly temperature outlook goes, this was issued yesterday from the Climate Prediction Center, showing the general trend towards a northwesterly flow continuing here for the northeast, equal chances in between of colder, warmer temperatures, and into the southwest, into the deep south, in the southeast, looking likely to be above normal temperatures here. As far as precip goes, generally above normal up here in the northern tier of the U.S., with equal chances for a good portion of the nation of above or below precip. Looks like Florida is likely below into the southeast here, into South Texas, Southwest Texas, and equal chances in different areas of Alaska and below. Looks like in the Aleutian Island area here. And when it comes to the overall flow in the atmosphere here, well, I always like to look at the 500 millibar height anomalies, and this is the mid-levels of the atmosphere. You can see what's going on. This is generally starting today at 7 a.m. I know it's past 7 a.m. already, but we have a potent mid-level feature right here coming shore out west. This potent feature moving through the flow, bringing the snow squalls today through there. Cold air being focused down this way with the ridge spiking generally this way, right? So let's move this through time here, right? Okay. And troughiness remains generally over the east here, right? Well, it looks to be some height falls Saturday moving through, which is a cold front, reflected in a cold front pushing through, and potential for some severe weather here. So we're going to see how that plays out. Ridge spiking in the out west here. Intermountain West area. Okay, and I like to go with the EPS because it's the most reliable model compared to the GFS for what it's worth here. Flow becomes a little more zonal, although we still have troughiness along the coastlines here. This trough out to the northeast moves back into Canada. Then we have ridging building briefly into the southeast, which the temperatures will warm up here, right? And some ridging building out west here. The ridge along the east manages to hold on for quite a while here, right? This is Friday, January 9th. Ridging building out west here. Aleutian low up here in the typically where in the general area where it normally would be. Right, and you have ridging, trough, and more ridging, deep ridging up here. This is goes way up here, right? Some blocking going on right here, okay? And we move this through time, and what do we see happen? Ridge builds even stronger out west here, and the atmosphere always wants to be in balance. So when you have a big ridge to the west, trough builds to the east, right? And because this is mean 500 height anomalies further out, it's not going to be as pronounced, showing differences here because you're talking about 51 members here. But overall, and we kind of show this in the January temperature outlook and the future outlooks here, with a general trough on the east coast here, right? And according to this model, the ridge stays in place out west here, okay? And we have a general northwest flow continuing along the east coast with the ridging, the blocking still in place here to its east. Now, if we look at a model run, the models as far as temperatures, right? Let's start the beginning of the period here, warming up into Texas. This is today, this afternoon. Coldest air, of course, is up to the north, stays that way. But you see into Sunday and into the front range of the Rockies, temperatures are warming up some here. Okay, getting quite warm into the south here. Okay, and we're getting towards January 9th time frame where that ridging is still in place here in the south. You have some troughiness here in the near Mountain West. Let's switch back to the height anomalies here. Yeah, and even though the ridging is out here, what we're probably seeing here is cold air getting down east of the Rockies, right? And so let's look at the temperatures from the European model that can give us a better idea exactly what temperatures are going to look like, okay, with this. They're not going to be exact. This is just kind of an idea here. Yeah, so it's going to cool off some, even though with the ridging in place here. So just because you have ridging aloft at 500 millibars doesn't mean that the temperatures are going to be that warm. It's interesting how this pattern plays out here. But overall, you can see what the pattern is going to be, especially you see a push of cold air towards the end here, January 15th into the northeast, with warming just ahead outside in front on the front range of the Rockies in the central U.S. here. Now, I just want to look at the 500 vorticity map here so we get some sensible areas to look at here. All right, this is Friday at 7 a.m. See this trough? Just a little short wave moving through the southeast on Saturday. That could potentially bring some severe weather to our area on Saturday here. And trough out west. More of a zonal flow. Another low dips to the south here. Another one on the northwest coast. Another southerly stream system. See that move through the flow and dampens out. Deeper trough digs here. Cold front. Another potent mid-level low out west here. A couple different ones. So just because they have the ridging out here doesn't mean we might not get some mid-level features here. All right. And it gets highly uncertain further out. So generally staying colder than average in the northeast corridor, and out west looks to be warmer in the long term based on what I'm seeing here. As far as surface and precip, you know, what's going on the west coast currently, different systems moving onshore here. We got our potent little trough moving through the southeast, moves out to sea. More moisture streaming onshore on the west coast, and maybe more coming into the northwest middle of next week. But for the northeast, not looking like, at least for most of the period here, to be any snow chances, right? This system on the 11th wants to be an inland runner here. Pretty potent system, right? Doesn't really develop anything. Now you have something in the Gulf maybe wanting to get going, but it's really strung out, and nothing really happens there. So kind of a wasted opportunity, right? But we'll see what happens with this. And model uncertainty this far out is pretty high, so all bets are off. But yeah, I've been watching these models, and they've been flip-flopping about these East Coast systems. I always pull for nor'easters, and because it's kind of an exciting thing, but I know it impacts a lot of people, but I just don't see it happening right now. So we'll just have to see. That's all I got for today, guys. Hope you have a great day, and God bless.